A judge has blocked voter ID for mail ballots. It's March 24th, 2025, and these are your headlines. We've got a series of legal stories here today, starting with a federal judge ruling that a Texas law requiring voter ID for mail-in ballots unconstitutionally discriminates against disabled voters. The challenge measure sought to align voter ID requirements for in-person voting and voting by mail. Well, U.S. District Judge Xavier Rodriguez ordered that the state cannot require mail ballot voters to provide an identification number that matches the person applying for a ballot to the person's voter registration form. Texas law allows voters who are 65 or older, have a disability, are in jail, or are out of their home county during an election to cast a vote by mail. Plaintiffs argued that disabled voters are disproportionately impacted by the requirement. The challenge measure was part of Senate Bill 1, which was a comprehensive election integrity measure enacted back in 2021. Judge Rodriguez also blocked a provision of the law requiring people who assist voters to swear an oath under penalty of perjury that they didn't coerce the voter into accepting the assistance. Several portions of SB 1, Republican priority legislation that Democrats attempted to block by breaking quorum for more than a month. You remember that? They went to Washington, D.C., Well, they were challenged by nominally nonpartisan civil rights and social advocacy groups, some aligned with the Democrat Party. In 2023, Judge Rodriguez ruled that Texas election officials could not reject mail-in ballots with wrong or missing ID numbers, asserting that providing a correct voter ID is, quote, not material in determining whether voters are qualified under Texas law to vote or cast a mail ballot. And in September of last year, the judge blocked SB 1's ban on paid vote harvesting. You seeing a pattern here? The following month, Rodriguez enjoined state and county officials from investigating or prosecuting alleged violations of voter assistance provisions of SB 1. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton has appealed Rodriguez's prior rulings against SB 1 and on Friday filed a motion to stay the judge's latest order pending appeal. The voter ID requirement will remain in effect for the upcoming May elections. Speaking of Attorney General Ken Paxton, he successfully challenged a Biden administration rule that aimed to impose specific requirements on foster care providers regarding the affirmation of children's gender identities. Now, the rule, promulgated by the Department of Health and Human Services, would have conditioned federal funding for foster care programs nationwide on the acceptance and promotion of LGBTQI+ identities among children in care. The HHS rule took effect on July 1st of 2024 and created a new category of foster children based on their gender status or identity. It mandated that states provide designated placements for these children in a home that affirms their identity to prohibit retaliation. Well, Paxton filed a lawsuit against HHS in September, arguing that the rule exceeded the agency's statutory authority, violated the spending clause, and was arbitrary and capricious. According to Paxton, the rule was attempting to hold the Texas foster care system hostage to force unscientific fringe beliefs about gender upon the whole country. A federal district court in Texas granted Paxton's motion to stay the rule earlier this month, finding that HHS lacked explicit congressional authority to impose those requirements. The court ruled that the rule violated the Administrative Procedure Act and that Texas was likely to succeed on the merits of its claims. And the decision also noted that Texas would suffer irreparable harm if the rule took effect. Paxton has hailed the decision as a victory for Texas families and parental rights, saying that the Biden administration had no authority to force radical gender ideology on vulnerable children.
America is at a crossroads. Now, more than ever, Texas must step up and lead the country. We don't have time to mess around. The only way to save America is with a strong Texas. You and I know this, but so do the enemies of life and liberty. Therefore, you and I have no choice but to stand up and fight. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and to the enemies of liberty, I say, come and take it.
A West Texas teacher recognized by the state as highly effective was jailed after he was accused of sexually grooming a 14-year-old girl. Another now former teacher from the area was sentenced to prison for child grooming behavior with a student under the age of 14. Scott David Strobel, age 60, was arrested and charged with child grooming, a second-degree felony punishable by 2 to 10 years in prison. Strobel is a teacher at Ropes Independent School District, but the alleged victim is not a student at the one school district, which is located just southwest of Lubbock. The girl told police Strobel was her band tutor and was helping her learn to play a musical instrument. And according to a report by EverythingLubbock.com, she and her father reported to the Wolfforth Police Department that Strobel had sent the girl several inappropriate text messages. And during an interview with police, Strobel allegedly admitted that he sent the messages to the victim and knew it was inappropriate, saying it was a stupid mistake. Strobel was arrested on March 15th and later released from jail on a $25,000 bond. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.